So imagine having a full sales calendar with appointments for sellers who are ready for an offer. How much more money would you make? How many more contracts would you get signed if you could only focus your time and your energy on qualified sellers or clients, as we call them, who are ready for offers? You don't have to deal with any tire kickers. You don't have to build any of that initial rapport. You've just been teed up with a full calendar of people who are ready to transact and are ready for you, the specialist, to help them make a decision. Well, the only way to create that is to have a setter closer dynamic. You need to have a setter, and you or an acquisitions manager needs to close to be the one to be the specialist that comes in and gets a contract signed and help the seller make the best possible decision. So we're going to show you how to do that. This is a clip from our new program, the 80/20 Momentum Program, which is a 60-day journey to go from basically just being a hustler with no documented or systemized sales process and only really monetizing the hottest leads to having a professional visual style sales process that will get you higher conversion rates and make sure you're only spending on time with the most qualified possible opportunities via this setter closer sales model. We're not inventing the setter closer model. It's the most scalable sales system that exists in the business world right now. And we're going to show you exactly what that means and the philosophy behind it. This clip is with myself and Erik Bee, the creator of the 80/20 appointment flow, which is what we show you how to build inside of Momentum. If you'd like to learn to see if you'd be a fit for the 60-day journey, just click the link below at join8020.com and enjoy this clip. Thanks. Here we are. This is the dig set spike model, right? Which we got from volleyball.
Exactly right, because it works really well. Okay, so the dig, that's where we're just doing the outbound prospecting. This is typically a VA or an outsourced effort. Okay, is who's doing the digging. That's the person that's starting the conversations and doing the hand raise type of qualifications that gets the ball over to the set person, which internally we'll call them a lead manager. But externally to our clients that are working with them, we oftentimes call them the ops manager.
Yeah, it just sounds fancier.
Yeah, it's the difference between transactional language and or customer centric language. We want to be, when you're talking with somebody on the customer side of your business, you never want to use transactional type of language. So just being aware
you're
of
just
that.
the lead. You're just the lead, and you're getting managed right now.
No, this person is handling all the operations, right? They're an important person and they want to have that type of role to anybody that they're talking to. So again, the external, we call them the ops manager. Internally, you'll oftentimes hear them referenced as the lead manager. Now, then they get the opportunity teed up, properly screened, and set the proper expectations for the closer to spike the ball. The closer, that's exactly their job, is to go and do the closing, the final analysis and the closing of the lead. The better the set, the better the spike. And so all of these work together. Now, the tools that the dig person, they're using things like launch control for texting. They're using a dialer for their cold calling. They're using these types of things, filling out a web form to get all of their information over to the CRM. And the CRM is where the lead manager or the ops manager, they live in, their whole world sits in the CRM. Their job is to keep the CRM as up to date and current on everybody's behalf as possible, so that all the communication of the leads, both up and down the chain, are consistent and clear for everybody. So we want them to be operating in the CRM as much as possible. And the closer, we want them to operate using the CRM, obviously, to keep it with the lead information, but then doing the analysis, using the deal analyzer, the iPad system, and really putting their effort into that side of the business so they can close the transaction.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Appreciate that breakdown, and hopefully the visual of the dig set spike makes sense to people. And just for clarity, we're going all in on the setting and the spiking. We'll talk about the relationship between the set and the dig, but we're not going to show you how to do prospecting in Momentum. Okay, we're assuming that you already have that going. And there's plenty of resources out there that'll show you how to do cold calling and all that. Really, the art of setting up the lead for the close is what we're going to dig into on this training. So setters, aka lead managers or ops managers, are responsible for triaging, identifying, and supporting potential seller leads and setting up appointments for the closer to complete the sale. Closers, or AMs, or acquisitions managers, are responsible for finalizing the sale, overcoming any objections that the seller might have, and just really getting the contract signed and sent to the title company. And Erik just said a great set will make for a great close. Like great setters make the best closers. They're like Batman and Robin, right?
Very much.
And the difference here is subtle but super important, because setters can take the time to understand the customer's needs and preferences before introducing them to the closer, which makes for a better experience for the seller. It builds rapport in a way that doesn't feel like they're getting pitched something. Really, it's just like a customer support role. And because of that, you just have improved efficiency, because the setter can just be building relationships and being friendly and being a support person, and the closer can be doing the dirty work, getting the deals done. And dividing that process into two distinct roles, with each team member can focus on their specific area of expertise, and they'll just be more efficient at their. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, outside of the setter closer sales model is around you all the time. It's a very, very proven and super effective sales process. So we're just taking that and working it right into real estate, into our business model. It's just there's a lot of different side effects that you'll start to become more clear as you implement it, such as the good cop, bad cop, and these types of things that become into or expand in our negotiations.
Yes. Another cool way that it improves efficiency is that it keeps the closer out of the CRM.
Yes.
It doesn't completely keep them out of the CRM, but the more your closer is in the CRM, the less productive they're going to be and the less they're going to be on calls. So they can also work in tandem with the setter to update leads and update statuses and stuff like that, which we will show you exactly how to do on this training.
Yeah, this is a common failure spot for a lot of closers. They just are not good at the admin stuff. And so they slip behind, they do a poor job or whatever else. And so having a true support system for that closer that we know their personalities generally is the truth that they're just not good at this admin stuff. So again, that's another real big accelerator here, is having that support role just really jive with them.
Yeah. Setters are the support role, and that means that it requires strong empathy and rapport skills. Not to say that closers shouldn't have that, but setters are here's the difference. Setters are support role, closers are the specialist role. Something a setter would never pretend to be. One thing we'll teach you is that the setter will say, I don't have the qualifications to analyze your property and make you an offer, but man, Erik is so good at it. Like, he's super busy, like helping people all the time. I'm going to try to squeeze you in and get a slot with him because he can really help you. And when you have someone talking up the close like that, man, your conversion rates go through the roof. Yep. And so that's why we have to make this distinction. But closers require leadership skills and setters require detail skills. Closers most of the time don't have a lot of detail oriented skills.
Yeah, that's a general truth. But where they overcome that is with their leadership skills. So a good closer, they will naturally be able to lead people into a closing, but also lead the team alongside them as far as the digger and the setter come to the closer. The person if the closer is a really good leader, then they're going to naturally be the setter and the dig, the prospecting side of it. It all works better if there's a really good leader at the front, because it's a leadership process all the way through. And again, that the setter, they're that support, man. They don't have a big ego into it. They just want to make sure that everybody gets what they said. All promises are kept, the best experience is created, and they support the closer to do their job as best as possible.
So there you had it. You heard it from the man himself, the creator of the 80/20 appointment flow. This is actually inside of our 80/20 momentum program, and what you just saw was a clip from this longer video inside of phase 1, where we talk about vision, model, and mindset. In phase 2, we go through the actual seller appointment process. We use a visual sales style. That is what makes the 80/20 appointment flow so high converting, because it's the most transparent, the most collaborative sales experience you can have. Anybody can do this regardless of your skill level as a negotiator or acquisitions manager. And we really want as many people to have this process as possible because it's going to do wonders in the market and it's going to create a better experience for your sellers as well. In phase three, we show you how to set up the tech, the CRMs, and all the tools that your setter closer model needs to function efficiently. Phase four, we show you how to hire a leads manager step by step. Phase five, we show you how to train the leads manager step by step. Everywhere from deal analysis, follow up, automation, and really just pipeline workflow day to day to make sure that every single lead gets monetized. And then phase six is all about scaling. So operations, tracking everything, listening to calls, improving how to run team meetings, using your scorecard to manage, make sure you're hitting your targets, and then a conversation about how to take it to the next level now that you have all this dialed in. If you want to join this lovely community, we officially have the next cohort starting now, and it's going to be closed pretty soon. So if you were seeing this video in February of 2023, then please go to join8020.com to see if there are spots open for you to join this community. And I'll see you guys on the inside. Thanks.